Robinhood and Kalshi are taking on Polymarket now in event contracts to be able to bet on the U.S. election. And we know that since September, more than 100,000 Polymarket users have bet on whether Donald Trump or Kamala Harris will win the election. Trump has been taking the lead, but we also know, of course, through your great reporting, that nearly half of all the purchase volumes comes from less than 700 users. And the app isn't even available in the United States. Emily, where does this go?
It's definitely a very interesting market at the minute. Polymarket itself is still trading Trump, a few cents ahead of Kamala and a few cents ahead of everybody else in the market. If you look on Polymarket, he's at about 66% likelihood of winning compared to Kalshi, which would have about 63%. So Polymarket is always skewed a little bit more in Trump's favor, but it's had a bit of a monopoly so far. It's definitely one of the buzzier election markets that are going on. That may change now that we have Kalshi accepting crypto, so encroaching on that side of Polymarket's business, and Robinhood also now offering election markets too. It's becoming a much more of a crowded market as we head into the election next week.
There's a big delta, though, between what the polls tell us about who is ahead in this election, which is nobody, it's a dead heat, versus what we're seeing on these sites. Can you explain that delta?
So there's a theory that for Polymarket in particular, because it's crypto-based, and so it might necessarily lean towards Trump more than other platforms because most of the crypto industry is quite pro-Trump. Trump has said a lot about wanting to support the crypto industry over the last few months, whereas Kamala has only really started to kind of make overtures to the crypto industry in the last few weeks. And so that's one reason why we think that there might be more of a skew towards Trump on Polymarket than on other platforms. As for the rest of the election market, it's a little bit, uncertain as to why they trade more in favor of Trump than Kamala than the polls do. One thing we can say is that those providers they make the argument that, people betting on those election markets are able to provide you their updates in real time. This is data that you can see as and when they want to react. They can make a trade in a second, whereas polls take a little bit longer to get you that sense.